Next time we strap on the proton packs and get to busting some ghosts in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It's a good thing I'm not really a fan of the franchise, otherwise I might be biased towards the film. I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Thing on. Oh, thank God. I don't know what happened. Somewhere between filming Late Night with the Devil and preparing for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, things got strange. I spent the last few weeks trying to contain this outbreak of spooks and ghouls, whatever you want to call them. If you're watching this, thank you for your continued support. I haven't forgot about you, but life, you know? Oh, God. Hang tight. Oh, there's another one. Oh, it's ugly. Oh, I think it can hear me. Ah!
All right, so I got a little flair for the dramatic, but did you miss me? All right, let's get into it. Hey movie fans, I'm Matt, and today we're looking at Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, starring Paul Rudd, Carrie Coon, Mckenna Grace, Finn Wolfhard, and is directed by Gil Kinnan. And yes, before you start typing and yelling at me, the film also includes the most excellent OG cast in supporting roles as well. Now last time I joked that luckily I'm not a fan of this franchise and there'd be no bias to this review. Well, hopefully most of you clued into the fact that, well, yes, I am indeed a massive Ghostbusters fan. I mean, there's a little proton pack that sits behind me. And just like a lot of you out there, the franchise is not just a staple to my childhood, it's a staple to my life as well. In fact, the second movie I can ever remember seeing in theaters many moons ago was that of Ghostbusters 2. And how do I remember this? Well, I thought you'd never ask. Well, during the film, my dad had to take me outside to calm me down because I lost my shit the first time the floating head of Vigo came out towards the screen. It's literally a core memory of mine.
On a mountain of skulls in the castle of pain, I sat on a throne of blood.
I mean, how do you not think that's scary? It freaked me the f*** out. The original film is easily in my top 3 favorite films of all time. And when it was announced back in 2019 they were going to be revitalizing the franchise, I was thrilled, yet curious because I was wondering how Sony and Jason Reitman would handle resurrecting what seemed like dead IP. No pun intended. And we can thank Ghostbusters Answer the Call for that, because God, that movie is awful. I just don't, nope, not even gonna bait myself in this, not even gonna go there. Now for me, Ghostbusters Afterlife was a wonderful reintroduction to the Ghostbusters universe, and frankly, it's a film I watch all the time. The film is full of heart and charm and comedy and just enough nostalgia bits for us fans to chew on. Well, for most of us, that is. Because for some reason, there's a certain segment of people online who hate this film, and for this one, I just don't get it. Now, obviously, Ghostbusters Afterlife was here to reintroduce the world to Ghostbusters, and Frozen Empire is here to continue fleshing it out. Seems pretty logical. One of the standout aspects in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is undoubtedly the nostalgia factor. The movie is steeped in nostalgia, evoking nothing but fond memories for fans. But do you remember Ghostbusters? How about Ghostbusters 2? How about the real Ghostbusters animated show? How about Ecto Cooler? Cereal? Toys? Do you remember?
Do you?
This film feels like it overcorrected the sentiment from some fans that Ghostbusters Afterlife wasn't nostalgic enough. The overabundance here is both a blessing and a curse, and frankly, I loved it. But I also hated it. The filmmakers described the story in the century as resembling an episode of the real Ghostbusters animated series. And they're bang on the money for that. The animated series brought Ghostbuster stories that can be enjoyed for what it is on the surface level. Story for you to just get together with the gang, kick back, and enjoy. However, while this nod to the animated series adds to the film's appeal, it definitely feels like it's missing the heart that made Afterlife or the original film so great. It also highlights its position as probably the weakest entry in the Ghostbusters franchise when compared to its predecessors. And I'm talking about the main continuity here because clearly Answer the Call is the worst Ghostbusters film.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, did you want to?
Sorry, I'll let you.
Next time. Okay.
I still can't believe it shares the same name. And despite the Saturday morning charm, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire definitely falters in certain areas, particularly with the story elements and some of its pacing. Now, I always like to keep things spoiler free, but I just can't understand certain story aspects that just leave me scratching my head. Look, I understand the story needs to have problems that the heroes need to overcome, but it seems so silly to force these types of situations when there's already a clear answer to the problems which was already established. I know I'm not making any sense without spoiling it, but considering that Gil Kinnan and Jason Reitman, who also wrote Ghostbusters Afterlife, wrote this, it just seems that they put a story and elements that are just kind of thrown together and not fully fleshed out. Alright, like the rest of humanity, I love Paul Rudd, but his character Gary Gruberson in this film is so occasionally over the top and so, I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but cringe, that it feels like it was a studio mandate thing that they were like, we want more Paul Rudd doing Paul Rudd things. He almost doesn't even feel like the same character in this film. Carrie Coon takes a complete backseat in this film, and that sucks because she's great in Afterlife. Again, it feels like the heart seems to be missing in this film. Everything and everyone feels forced in this film. It doesn't feel like a natural progression to where Afterlife ended. The story feels clunky and disjointed at times. There's themes and questions that are introduced, and then they're just completely left unresolved or abruptly revisited, like, oh yeah, I forgot that was happening. Now I'm sure at this point you're thinking, wow, he really didn't like it, which is actually far from the truth. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. While it may not reach the heights of the original Ghostbusters film or Afterlife, Frozen Empire still has its moments of fun and nostalgia that I think make it worth a watch of fans of the franchise. Frozen Empire is a serviceable sequel to the franchise. If nothing else, it's offering fans another opportunity to immerse themselves in a world of ghost hunting and supernatural shenanigans. So yeah, I would still recommend this film to everyone, but I'd say, yeah, check those expectations at the door. And in case you're wondering, bustin' still makes me feel good. I know, I had to. As always, I encourage you to watch the film and form your own opinion though. Let me know your thoughts about it down in the comments below and have your voices heard. Also, if you enjoyed this review, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to get more movie reviews from me. Your support is greatly appreciated. Next time, the dystopian world of Max Rockatansky returns in the follow-up to the highest of octane and adrenaline-pumping, fuel-guzzling action to Fury Road with Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. What? Max isn't in this? It's a prequel? What? All right, who gave the green light to that? Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Why?